Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fluctus channel. This is the Cheyenne Mountain complex, situated under 2,000 feet of solid rock inside of Cheyenne Mountain in the southwest corner of Colorado Springs. Cheyenne Mountain was excavated by the Army Corps of Engineers to construct the NORAD Combat Operations Center and became fully operational on April 20th, 1966. Over time, the Cheyenne Mountain complex housed elements in the U.S. Strategic Command, U.S. Air Force Space Command, and U.S. Northern Command, or U.S. NORTHCOM. In October 1962, a major confrontation, known as the Cuban Missile Crisis, brought the United States and the Soviet Union close to war over the presence of Soviet nuclear-armed missiles in Cuba. Having promised in May 1960 to defend Cuba with Soviet arms, the Soviet Union installed medium and intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba, with the thought that the United States would take no steps to prevent it. However, such missiles, if launched from Cuba, could hit much of the eastern United States within minutes, and this was unbearable. On October 14, 1962, U-2 planes flying over the island confirmed the presence of a ballistic missile on a launching site. The United States did not consider an immediate invasion.
Within the past week, unmistakable evidence has established the fact that a series of offensive missile sites is now in preparation on that imprisoned island. The purpose of these bases can be none other than to provide a nuclear strike capability against the Western Hemisphere.
President John F. Kennedy decided to place a naval quarantine or blockade on Cuba and announced that the U.S. forces would seize any offensive weapons and associated material that Soviet vessels might attempt to deliver to Cuba. As the two superpowers were on the brink of nuclear war, messages were exchanged between both countries. Finally, on October 28, 1962, Russia announced that work on the missile sites would be stopped, and the missiles already in Cuba would be returned to the Soviet Union. In return, Kennedy committed the United States to never invading Cuba and secretly promised to withdraw the nuclear-armed missiles from Turkey that had been placed there in previous years. Soon after, both parties started to fulfill their promises, and a major conflict was avoided. The construction of the Cheyenne Mountain complex was completed shortly before the Cuban Missile Crisis, and the need for such a facility became glaringly apparent. This hardened command and control center was considered a game-changer for defense against long-range Soviet bombers. Due to ongoing operational and security requirements, the Cheyenne Mountain complex is not open to the general public for tours. But it is still possible to see what's inside this huge facility. A famous tunnel leads to the main entry that features two blast doors weighing 25 tons each. These doors were designed to protect the interior of the facility against almost any kind of attack, including nuclear, biological, electromagnetic pulse, and several more. Anyone entering the Cheyenne Mountain complex must go through a security checkpoint. Anyone not authorized to enter the complex is immediately removed from the facility. Moreover, the military personnel inside the complex monitor the nearby vicinity on large displays and report any discrepancies to their superiors. The entryway into the Cheyenne Mountain complex features the insignia of 4 tenants, including NORAD, U.S. Northern Command, Air Force Space Command, and U.S. Strategic Command. There are several buildings inside the Cheyenne Mountain complex, each 3 stories high. The main building features various amenities for the personnel, such as a medical facility, a store, and a cafeteria. In addition, there are fitness centers both inside and outside the mountain. The Cheyenne Mountain complex was designed to protect against a nuclear blast or an earthquake. Therefore, more than 1,000 giant springs are placed under 15 buildings of the complex, allowing the structures to shift up to 1 full inch in any direction. These springs are expected to protect the building and the personnel inside. In addition to giant springs, there are flexing connectors between various piping, with the sole purpose of helping the complex's infrastructure survive a major blast. The Cheyenne Mountain complex is now managed by Air Force Space Command and hosts the activities of several tenant units. As of 2023, it is an alternate command center for NORAD and U.S. Northcom and is used for crew training. All the original functions of the complex were removed to Peterson Air Force Base, located in Colorado Springs. Now, NORAD and U.S. Northcom use less than 30% of the floor space within the Cheyenne Mountain complex and comprise only 5% of the daily population at the facility. Previously, this facility was a joint operations center for NORAD and U.S. Northcom. Several other units, along with U.S. Northcom, supported the NORAD missions. The Cheyenne complex was a defense hub of the United States and supported aerospace warning and control missions. It was also capable of warning against ballistic missile or air attacks against North America. Since the early 1960s, the United States has used underground missile silos or missile launch facilities to store and launch missiles. A missile silo is an underground vertical structure covered by a 110-ton blast door on the surface, which looks like a big concrete slab. One cannot see much of what's behind the blast door, but there's a bunch of other stuff you'd never think is included in such a nuclear base. So, what does the inside of a missile silo actually look like? Let's witness it together. The United States operates around 450 ready-to-fire intercontinental ballistic missiles, or ICBMs, from underground launch facilities at different locations. Before launching an ICBM, the launch crew carries an extensive pre-launch check to ensure that the missile and all the related systems are in working order. The workers enter the silo through the blast door, using an elevator, and carefully examine the body of the ICBM. Within the silo, there's a passage to the launcher equipment room, where the launch crew inspects the missile's guidance system, propulsion, and safety mechanisms. Once all the systems are verified, the launch crew receives the final authorization to proceed with the launch. The launch sequence begins with a countdown, and during this phase, all personnel are evacuated from the immediate vicinity of the silo for safety reasons. The ICBM is launched from its underground silo, and the launch crew monitors and changes the missile's trajectory until it hits the target. Every missile silo contains a built-in launch control center. However, in the case of ICBMs, like the Minuteman III, the launch crew is not located at each silo separately. Instead, 2 launch officers are stationed in an underground launch control center, connected via hardened cables to 10 different silos, typically known as a flight. Every launch facility is located 10 to 20 miles away from another in order to protect a flight in the best possible way against a hostile attack. Besides, launch control centers are a part of the Missile Alert Facility, where launch crews stay active 24/7 and maintain reliable communication with the President and Secretary of Defense. ICBMs can also be launched from submarines operating in the world's oceans. Sea-based ICBMs are an essential component of a country's nuclear triad and play a crucial role in a nation's nuclear deterrence. Advanced ICBMs, such as the Trident II, are equipped with multiple independently targeted re-entry vehicles, or MIRVs, allowing them to carry multiple warheads, each capable of striking separate targets. Also known as the SSN-774 class, the Virginia-class nuclear-powered cruise missile fast attack submarines, developed by General Dynamics Electric Boat and Huntington Ingalls Industries, embody the pinnacle of maritime technology. With their cutting-edge stealth capabilities, advanced intelligence gathering systems, and state-of-the-art weaponry, these submarines are a testament to human innovation and the pursuit of national security. As we continue our exploration, it's essential to comprehend the concept of the nuclear triad. The nuclear triad refers to the three components: land-launched nuclear missiles, nuclear missile-armed submarines, and strategic aircraft with nuclear bombs, ensuring a robust and diverse strategic deterrent. One crucial element of this triad is the Ohio-class ballistic missile submarines. With their imposing presence beneath the waves, these submarines are the silent sentinels of a nation's nuclear power. The Ohio-class submarines are armed with Trident II D5 ballistic missiles, capable of delivering devastating nuclear payloads. Each submarine boasts remarkable capabilities and can carry up to 24 missiles, with each missile carrying multiple warheads. The stealthy nature of these submarines, coupled with their ability to patrol the oceans undetected, grants them a critical role in the nation's defense strategy. Their incredible endurance allows them to remain submerged for months at a time, ensuring constant readiness and unpredictability. With their deployment locations kept highly classified, the Ohio-class submarines bolster the deterrence posture of the nuclear triad, serving as a potent reminder of the nation's ability to respond decisively to any threat. As the Ohio-class submarines near the end of their service life, the United States Navy has set its sights on the Columbia-class as the next generation of nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarines to take their place. This ambitious endeavor comes with a monumental price tag, as a staggering $132 billion deal has been secured to bring these state-of-the-art submarines to life. Construction of the first submarine commenced on October 1, 2020, with the projected entry into service in 2031. The Columbia-class submarines are poised to be a technological marvel designed to continue the legacy of their predecessors while pushing the boundaries of maritime capabilities even further. Recently, on June 3, 2022, the Navy made an important decision to name the first boat USS District of Columbia. However, it remains to be seen whether this will also lead to a change in the name of the entire class. With the Columbia class on the horizon, the Navy is preparing to embrace a new era of naval power, ensuring the nation's strategic deterrence and security for decades to come. In a significant milestone for the Columbia class, the contract for its design and development has been awarded to General Dynamics Electric Boat, a company renowned for its expertise in submarine construction. General Dynamics Electric Boat has been pivotal in numerous projects, including the highly successful Virginia-class submarines. Their invaluable contributions and wealth of experience position them as key players in the advancement of naval technology. As progress marches forward, Shipbuilding's Foundry recently achieved a remarkable feat, completing a 21,000-pound pour specifically for the Columbia-class submarine program. Looking ahead, the ambitious plan is to construct 10 more sister boats over the next 2 decades. With their cutting-edge design and capabilities, the Columbia-class submarines are poised to become the epitome of survivability, offering the most advanced platform for critical strategic capabilities. As the development and construction of these submarines continue, the United States Navy is paving the way for unparalleled strength and security in the face of evolving global challenges. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our new content. See you next time.